Okay guys, so today we're going to put an inverter and transfer switch in this thing. We'll get it set up for solar, but that little thing there, that's a lock, and it works pretty well because we only have one key. Monkey had to take her mom to the doctor, and the key is on the keys to the car that is not here. So anyway guys, everybody's system's not really how to. I'll show you how I will set mine up in case you want to set it up this way, but everybody's got so many different ways of doing it, and you can't find any videos on, you know, how to do it on this thing, which I already know how, but they're hard to find. They're usually $200,000 motor homes. We're going to upgrade it and all this, but I'll show you how I do it. Everybody's stuff's different. And there's my key. All right, I gotta go get some stuff, so I'll be back with you guys here in a minute. Okay guys, we're back. I went and got some wire. I had 12 till, I wanted 10 too, but I wasn't paying $100 for 25-foot roll. So I got a 15-foot roll. It was $30 a 12 2. But so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that box out right there, because that black cord that you see wrapped up in there, that's shore power. It goes in through there and runs into that. We got to unhook that, and I'm going to try to find a place. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. Maybe right there for the automatic transfer switch. This will go into to one side of the transfer switch, and from the battery and inverter it'll go into the other side, and then the third side will come out and go into there just like that does. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this box out, and then I got to get some screwdrivers. I'll get you set up here the best I can, and I'll speed you up just taking out some screws. Okay guys, there's no easy way of doing this without blocking you too bad, but you get the idea. Just 4 screws. Got the wrong bit. Okay, let's try this again. I forgot I was doing something. Last time I used this that didn't take a Phillips, it took the number 2 square. Okay, so this thing is in there. This is not tight, but the wires are really tight. So I've got to get in here, unhook them. Up inside of here, there's a panel here. I might be able to take off right here. Yeah, maybe. And I gotta find out where those go. Okay, I know where those go. Alright, and I know where these go. So this is in, that's out. So right here, and I only brought a Phillips screwdriver. Hang on. Okay guys, I don't know what I showed you. I pulled that off of there because I bumped the camera just barely, and the battery wiggles and this thing shuts off, and then wants you to recover data, but you lose that last clip. I unhooked from here. I took that cover off, unhooked the shore power from down in there. One of them goes here, one goes here, one goes onto this bus bar down here at your ground. And I'm going to pull this out of here. Okay, so let me get that yanked out. I'm just going to pull it out, guys, nothing major. Okay, guys, so I got that hooked up. All I did excuse me, all I did was where I unhooked that, the shore power, I just ran my 12-2 wire over to that and hooked it in the same place. I put the cover back on. Now this is the transfer switch. So what's going to happen is this bottom one is going to come from here. It's going to be shore power, okay? So that's going to hook into these two bottom ones. Alright, that's where they go in. These two here, which they call generator, there's your power, there's your neutral. We're not going to run it to a generator, we're going to run it to the inverter, which, you know, same thing. And then these two here are going to run over to that. So it's called panel. So I'm going to stuff this up through here. I want to hook these into here. Over here's the ground, the bus bar for the ground. Okay, so the ground wire from this is going to hook into there, and then I'll have to run a ground wire from here over to wherever my ground is. But so yeah, that's pretty. See, these wires are already run. They're for furnace wires, so I'm just going to keep them there. If I ever do decide to put a furnace in it, I doubt it, but that's all you do. You know, you hook your power coming in. It's going to be hooked there. That's going to be this, your shore power. These two wires on the side are going to be from the inverter or generator, but if I ever use generator, I'll just be plugging it into this. And then this goes over to your panel, switch panel, whatever you have. Like I said, this thing's ancient. I will eventually be updating that too. So yeah, that's all there is to it. And then all your grounds will go over to this bus bar here for your ground. So yeah, no, everything will be grounded because it's going to be coming from here, which is grounded. Once that's grounded, and then when I run the ground from this over to there, and then from the inverter over there, it's all going to be grounded. That's good. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Now my inverter is going to be over here. There's my, instead of running a fuse, I'm running this circuit breaker. You can test it. If you watch that blue one, it'll go up, kick off, turn it back on that way. I had to put it upside down. I mean, I didn't have to, but I don't like it stuff upside down, but I guess maybe it's in case you want to look at it. I don't know. But this is in. This will come from the battery. It's not hooked up yet. This will come from the battery, go into there, and then out of here and into my inverter, which is going to be right down here towards the bottom. So negative will go straight into the inverter, positive goes into there, and then it'll come out of here and go into the inverter. And then we're going to run the inverter over to these two wires. I'm just going to run it through there and around and over. And I wanted to get an inverter that didn't have the plugs, but yeah, way too expensive. So what I did was I bought a plug for that. So I'll just plug it in over to that. I'll plug it in with this. Now what that box does there, I didn't have to have it, but you have to have a switch. What that does, if I lose shore power, electric at a campground goes out, or my generator runs out of fuel, you have no power. Well, after about 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds, that will automatically kick over to the inverter, which will be running off the battery. It's automatic. And then as soon as the power comes back on, it automatically switches back over to power. There you go, and you're good to go. It's fine. So you don't really have to do anything. So I like that, because, you know, forgetting to flip switches and finding decent places to put the switches where you're not bumping them with your feet or whatever. Because remember, there's no walls. These aren't walls. I mean, this collapses, so, you know, it's not like I can put a switch up here, because that's not really technically a wall. You know, I could run it over there, but then I'm running down and, you know, wherever I gotta go. It just, this was just the most simplest way just to do that. This has a switch on it for lights, or for battery only, but we're not going to be using that. So, because we're going to be using this battery now. And, yeah, so now I got my battery charger there. I'll probably eventually mount that in here. This is what I got. It was a cheap one. I don't know how long it'll last, but, you know, just a 12-24 volt automatic battery charger maintainer. So it is a smart charger, or it's supposed to be, so it can read LiFePO batteries, you know, like that kind of battery, or lead acid battery. So, but yeah, eventually that's going to be mounted up in there somewhere, because it's just got the clips, the alligator clip things, you know, to clip on there. So eventually I'll make it to where they're on there permanent, you know what I mean, like those are. So, and this is going to be for my solar panels. I got 2 solar panels for it, and controller, which will go there, and then the cable, I got the cable, it'll run up and out, somewhere out through there, when I'm running solar. So yeah, I think I got 50-foot cables, or 30-foot, something like that, 50-foot maybe. So that way, if the sun, like, you know, here we're in the shade right now, but if I had to get more power, I could take my solar panels and run them out there, because I got enough cable for it. So that's cool. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clip this. I'll show you when I get that part done there. Okay guys, all I got to do is a little bit of wire management now. It's all hooked up. As you can see, the lights are on. We are running on electric. And I'll show you, because if I shut this off, see that green light down there? If I shut this off, see, lights stayed on. So I'm going to turn this back on. Alright, now we're going to go unplug the power from here, from shore power from the house. We're going to go unplug this, and that should automatically kick over here in about 30 seconds. So let's hurry up. There, it's unplugged. So in 20 to 30 seconds we should hear that click and probably see the light blink. Not that, that's me. I heard something. Heard it do something. Okay, so let's turn this off just to make sure we're on battery power now. And we are. Cool. And let's see if this will work. I got it ready to go. I got a bowl of water over here. Okay. Let's see if this will work without blowing any fuses. It should. This is only like 700 watts. So it didn't even dim the lights. And the fans are running. Cool. I do? I had that on 30 seconds. Okay. I seen it blink there. Come on. Why is it on lock? Look, it says lock. Why? Stop that. Oh yeah. Woo, that's hot. That is hot. Okay, so now let's clear that. So we know that in a pinch, if it's really hot outside and I don't want to fire up this stove, which is under here, if this flips up, I know I can put something in the microwave for a minute or two. All right, now let's go plug it back in, and we should hear it kick back over. And then tomorrow we'll do the solar panels. So, you know, if you lose power out at the campgrounds or whatever, and we know that it'll automatically transfer over now. So in about 20 or 30 seconds, we should hear the, there it is. There it is. It just clicked. So now, let's see. Did I unplug that in? Okay, so let's just go ahead and flip this off, and if the lights stay on, we know our transfer switch is working. And it did. So, that's pretty cool. Then when we get done camping, of course, I'll shut that off. You know, there's no sense in leaving that on. I'll just flip that off. That's the only time I'll have to flip a switch. I should have got one with a remote, but this one was a lot cheaper. So, yeah, there we go, guys. All right. Yeah, and then a little bit of wire management. What I did was I hooked my charger up and make sure that the battery was full. Well, let's go ahead and plug this charger in. Let's see. Since we're running on electric now. All right. We're hooked up there. It's off. 13 volts. Still got about 60% power. Oh, I didn't know this had a fan. That's good. There we go. I don't know what's not on LifePo 4, but and it's almost charged already. I'll get me a meter. That way I can check my battery, you know, with my phone and stuff. 19 degrees Celsius, 13 volts, 17.5 amps, 0.2 amp hours. So, see, it was probably down to 75%, but remember we just plugged the microwave in. We're going to get another one of these batteries. We'll see how well this does. We'll get another one of these batteries and I'll put it right here. See, I want the battery over on this because this is almost dead center of the trailer, because everything on this trailer is on that side except the water. But you know, so just for, you know, towing and stuff, I'll put it right there. I'll move that inverter over and yeah, we'll be good to go. This thing's not real accurate, of course, but 69 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius, so that's cool. 17.4 amp hours, so yeah, that's cool. Alright guys, so there we go. Now tomorrow, I'll show you guys how to set this up for solar. We just got a couple little solar panels, but they're supposed to be 400 watts at 100 amp. I doubt it, but I've got two of them. One came with that inverter, and I just went ahead and ordered another one. So we'll hook that up. I'll show you how to hook that up. I won't be able to hook the solar panels up tomorrow, because I got to order I'll explain that to you tomorrow. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is how I did mine. Real simple. That box is the transfer switch. It's printed wrong. I had to switch because it was running mainly on the inverter. So I didn't want that. I want it mainly running on the shore power, you know. So what it was doing was switching different. I guess it's a matter of preference, but they labeled it wrong. It doesn't matter, just which one do you want, you know, the most. So yeah, there it is. And I'll get this cable management taken care of. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Shea Bear, the Myth, the Man, the Legend. I'm gone for now, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys soon. Bye bye everyone. Take care. Yeah, it's been like 32 degrees here in Florida. I think Williston got down to 29 last night. I think we got down to about 32. So yeah, I moved down here for a reason, and it wasn't for that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye bye everyone. Take care. Stay safe. Enjoy yourself.